true.
There are no coincidences, only the illusion of coincidence.
The following content is for informational and discussion purposes only. The views expressed are those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect the views of that one random podcast or its affiliates. We do not promote hate, harassment, or violence toward any person or group. Some topics include allegations, speculation, and historical claims that may be disputed. Always do your own research and verify with credible sources. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to that one random podcast. I'm Cypher.
I'm Treble.
Let's get into it. Digital IDs, bro.
No, it's coming, man.
They're here.
Phew.
They're starting, man. Like,
they're pushing for it. I don't know whether they will get done with Stammer's tenure.
it's out there, though. That's all that matters, man. Like, the conspiracy theorists were right.
As always.
As always, we were right during...
it's written in the books. From
come on, look. Right, okay, look. New code word for what happened between 2020 and 22.
The 19.
Yeah, we call it coffee time now.
Coffee time?
With an extra shot.
Oh, man.
But they try to bring it out then with the medical cards or whatever they call it. The shot card.
The V cards.
Yeah. So, like, and then that didn't work. And they've now, Stammer's announced it. We're going to get into it, but let's see what he has to say first when he announced it. And then there's another clip I kind of want to play as well after that. And then we can really get deep into it, man.
Yeah, sure.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Well, that's the short version. It was a lot longer than that. He did go on and say that you're not going to be able to work. Then later on, they turned around and said that you won't be able to use transport, public transport, buses, trains, tubes, etc. They were saying it was all in for the reason of immigration, legal immigration, to prevent illegal workers in the country. But, mate, you need a passport to work, right? You need a birth certificate. You need an NI number.
Yeah.
You already got all those provisions in place.
Yep. That's
not going to stop. A digital ID card is not going to stop it. Let's be real. Yeah. And even when they were asked that question, they couldn't answer it. They're like, there's another clip I'm going to play of a woman. I don't know what her position was. I'm sure they'll introduce it, but she's part of his government. And she couldn't answer that question either. And it's like, you can just tell they're just trying to get it in, and they're trying to use the immigration narrative. Oh, well, like we said, problem, reaction, solution, right? They created a problem with immigration. We got the reaction. I think now's the time. Let's launch it. And everyone will sign up to it because everyone's angry about the illegal immigration. And even the guys on the right are like, fuck off, basically. Let's be real, yeah. I think they've underestimated the population. I think they're getting it wrong, the timing anyway. I always said to you that this would be something they need to implement when people are really desperate. And people aren't desperate right now. Not yet anyway.
Not yet.
Yeah, people are struggling, but they're not desperate right now. And I think they thought during coffee time, they thought they saw a sign of desperation. They didn't. And now they think they see another sign of desperation with the illegal immigration thing, and it's not quite there. I'm talking like, if you really want to bring this thing to life, you're going to have to you need a food shortage. You need a water shortage. You need conflict in the world that's going to cause, economies to crash and banks to crash. And, your loaf of bread down the local grocery shop is now £10. You know what I mean? For one loaf of bread. That's the situation that needs to be created if you want to put people in a real serious place of desperation. I don't know what your thought is.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably not the right time. They're trying to push it. Obviously, 2030 is their goal line, and they maybe didn't get as far as they wanted to with 2020, but the goal line is still there, so they are trying to push it. But I thought it was crazy as well, though, when he made that comment, and obviously the protest, the sign up to reject digital ID, and it got up to about 2.5 million, 3 million votes. I mean, I added a signature probably stupidly because obviously it doesn't really make a difference now, does it? But signed up to say we reject digital ID. Nearly 3 million people did it, and the government just responded, "Nah, you're all right. We're still going to push."
This is what I said to this is what I said to Waz as well in the group chat. All right, who's not here today? Waz, failure as always. Yeah, but look, I said like petitions don't mean shit.
Oh, yeah,
you could sign as many. You could sign as many of those as you want, but at the end of the day, the government is under no obligation to hear your petition or adhere to it. They're not.
That's so far.
And the reason I signed it was just more the case of I'm showing support for the cause, right? Rather than me expecting that that petition's going to actually do something.
See how many numbers of it. Yeah. It's big though.
I mean, close to what? 3 million?
3 million, yeah, nearly 2.5 when I signed it. So
yeah, it was massive.
Yeah.
So that was a massive telling point for them, and that's why they had to reject it as well, because they're like, we're still going to try and launch it.
My thing is though, I don't see how it won't be implemented. It's a long game.
It is a long game. I don't think they're going to. Like I said to you, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It is going to happen. A lot of people are saying, no, we just don't. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I agree. Do not comply is a massive one, but you need everyone in the country not to comply.
There's a lot of people who.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people are just going to do it. I mean, look at coffee time. A lot of people just did whatever they were told.
Crazy.
And took the shot as well. Took the extra shot. So. I mean, it tells you if there's a massive amount of people out there. I remember when I was tracking the extra shot. That extra shot was at about 50 million for the first one. So that tells you how many people went out and got it.
50 million people.
Yeah,
got the extra shot.
Yeah, the first one.
Oh, okay, the first one.
And the second one was like half of that.
And the third?
I stopped tracking it after that, but that was enough to tell me a story.
True.
So that's worrying in itself, and that tells you how many people are just going to accept it, because they're going to believe what the government tells them. But they're going to have to come up with better storylines than immigration and things like that. But the plot thickens, though. Don't get me wrong. So let's listen to this woman who's on his government. I don't know what her name. I don't know all these politicians. So they have done a soft launch already of the digital ID, which is now launched.
What here in the UK?
We're going to go into that in a minute. Let's listen to what this woman has to say. Yeah.
Go on.
All UK citizens will have to have one. Well, the plan is that we're going to roll this out by the end of
No, my question is, what if I don't? What if I've got my job, so I don't need to show this to anyone. So what if I just don't do it?
So if you don't have one, then you'll have a problem if you want to get a new job.
No, I'm saying I'm not doing that. So I'm not seeking a job. So why should I get the digital ID card? Why do I do it? Well, is there some fine for not doing it? Is there an incentive to do it? I'm just thinking I've got no reason to do it.
Yeah, look, this isn't a heavy-handed approach. We're not planning to go around finding people. But what we are going to do is make sure that everybody's got one. In the same way, Charlie, as you've got a national insurance number, if you're a citizen of this country, we'll make sure that everybody has a digital ID.
So help me with this. I know we're plotting through this, but everyone watching who's got a job has got a national insurance number. So when these digital ID cards exist, if I just go to my employer and show them my national insurance number, is that not sufficient? Are they being precluded from employing me?
It won't be sufficient. I just want to be really clear about that.
So they can't employ people unless they've seen a digital ID.
Cards. Yes, that's right. That is the plan. And the major benefit of that to the entirety of the UK is that we will therefore be able to disrupt the illegal market where people come to this country and work illegally and undercut British workers who could otherwise get those jobs.
Well, national insurance number would have the same effect, because if you're illegal, you can have one of those.
Well,
Okay, so let me just make it really clear, right? If you are not a British citizen, you need a thing called a share code, right? Okay, I know, because when I interview people, I have to ask them for obviously proof that they can work legally in the UK. Now, if you're a British citizen, you're going to either give me a birth certificate with your national insurance card, or you're going to give me your passport, right? If you're someone who's obviously a foreign, who's not, who's a migrant worker or a student or whatever it is, you need to show me a share code.
So wait, what's share code? Because
So
when I've
basically,
interviewed, they've got
it's
the work-
basically something that's provided to them. So it's like it's proof of the fact that they've got a visa here, they're legal in the country, and you can use that share code to then. I don't do it. I send it. Obviously, the recruitment team do it. Yeah, but as I'm the interviewer, I also check as well. And then when I say, yeah, I want to hire this person, the recruitment team will then double check it all and then use their share code to say, right, is this person legit?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So we already have these things in place. So see the way she's stumbling
she
through
sounds
that
so
shit.
stupid though. But I mean, like, this is really a show. This is pantomime. This is reality TV. Like, I don't know what to say, man. It's
dumb, innit?
It's dumb. Yeah, it's stupid. The way. Oh man. I'm
I mean,
speechless.
they're saying that 2027 they're going to have this up and running. I don't think so.
I don't think it's just not. It's not feasible. It's just not. Now's not the right time, and the reason is not a good enough reason.
Yeah, you're not going to get anyone saying, yeah, definitely agree with that. Let's go sign up for it. I don't think anyone's going to do that just
I
yet.
don't think anyone's going to do it.
But like I said to you, they are trying a soft launch now, yeah? So let me put something up on the screen,
Go on.
yeah? So here it is. Digital veteran card could be a case study for ID rollout, says minister, right? So basically they're launching it to veterans, right? And they're basically saying that, veterans can get easy access to medical support or even mental health support and stuff like that. Well, here's my first thing I want to say about that. Shouldn't they be getting that already? These are people who have fought in wars for our country,
Crazy,
who have been subjected to some serious shit, yeah, which has given them PTSD. I remember we featured Craig Harrison
Yeah.
when we were talking about men's mental health,
Yeah.
and he talked about how they try to screw him out of his pension and trying to label him as insane and mental, and they shouldn't have to pay him his pension and stuff like that because like a guy like that shouldn't be given it for whatever reason. They were trying to, and he turned around and said he took him to court and he won and he got his pension in the end. So why are you acting now like you suddenly give a shit about veterans? You see what I mean? Now they're using it. They're trying to get veterans to sign up to it, and they're apparently saying that veterans are saying, even like beef eaters and stuff like that are saying, we can get discount on our food. And they're chuckling about it. This is what it says in the article, and like, so you can see the propaganda they're starting to write in articles and stuff like that to try and push this really hard. And it's like, so they've already done this, by the way. This started, I think, yesterday.
Just for veterans.
Yeah, just for veterans. So they're already doing a soft launch of it. Your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And how does it then transition into the everyday consumer?
I think they're trying to use, I don't know, but I don't know, I'm not the government, but end of the day, I think they're just trying to find ways to convince people, this is a good thing, come on, sign up for it, look at the veterans are loving it. So if they think if they can get a group of individuals to sign off on it, which will be the veterans, then the rest of us will hopefully sign off on it as well now eventually, instead of fighting back.
I don't see us being able to hold this off indefinitely, though. I think it's going to happen. Digital IDs are, I don't want to say necessary, because I don't think it's necessary, but I think it's a step that's going to happen regardless. And then eventually it'll go to the microchip, which I hopefully
But you don't think
is
people
not in my lifetime.
you don't think collectively people by saying no and not complying that it might stop it? I mean, let's say 50% of the population say no to it. That's 50% of your workforce out.
No, but you got to look at over the last however many decades, going paperless and stuff like that, going from passports to the new passport with the plastic, in there, and then it's going to go into, before you had to go border control, and now you can go just recognition. You scan your own passport, and the camera will pick you up. The logical next steps are facial recognition, but facial recognition will be backed by the digital IDs. I don't see how long we can hold it off for. And especially like you said, okay, collectively we might be able to, but how many of that population are in their 50s and upwards?
Yeah.
20 years with the average lifespan of 70 to 80. 20 years time, that whole population's gone. And then the new population who are born now and they're 20 years old, and all they know is screens, all they know is digital, all they know is paperless. When they're 18, it's a natural thing to be showing the bouncers at the clubs an ID on their phone as opposed to a plastic driver's license. I don't know how long. I think it is inevitable. As much as I want to resist it, and I will resist it, I don't see it.
Do you see yourself giving into it eventually, though?
Digital IDs, facial recognition. If it becomes, I can't look. We've had this discussion about whether we can say yes or no right now. It's impossible to say.
No, I'm just asking.
But
obviously, a
I
question
have been
for them.
thinking about this because obviously this is an important conversation that we talk about and that we're learning about and we're trying to awaken to. Stuff like facial recognition and digital IDs. Probably, if it meant that you needed a digital ID to travel, you needed a facial recognition to enter a shop. I don't see how you can avoid that. Now, if it comes to taking a physical implant like a microchip, fuck that. I ain't taking no microchip. That's long.
Yeah, but that's the road it's going to go down.
Well, hopefully
Treble.
I'm already like out of the system by
what
then, man.
We're going to get to that part of the conversation in a bit as well.
Microchips is too. I'm not taking
but,
no.
I mean, that's another part of the conversation. We'll get into that in a minute as well, because like I don't want to kind of like stay on one point too long. And I get where you're coming from, but this is what I said.
I don't want to get anything inside me.
But this is what I said to you and certain individuals who thought like us when we worked together. And I said to everyone, I said, no one knows what they're going to do until you're put in that situation. Until the government says, right, you're not going to be able to live in that place anymore because your landlord's going to put pressure on you now saying you haven't got a digital ID. You can't prove that you have the right to live and work in the UK, get out of my property. Or the bank closes down, seizes your bank account, or your work says, well, I need a digital ID in order for you to keep hold of your job. No one knows what they're going to do until they're in that situation. I always say that because remember, right, I'm single, right? Okay, I don't have any dependents. Yeah, so I could probably stick the middle finger up at the establishment and end up in a cardboard box on the streets. And I've got no worries that I've got to feed a kid. I've got a wife to look after. Do you get what I mean? You've got your mum, etc., stuff like that. I'm sure you, as a son, you play your part financially at home and help your mum out and stuff like that. Yeah, so you have responsibilities like that. I don't. I have responsibilities to myself and no one else. So it's easy for me to say that. But for people who have family responsibilities, accountabilities, kids, etc., like if they say, well, you can't come into the supermarket, well, I need to feed my kids. Well, it's tough. Go get a digital ID. What are you going to do?
So are you saying you're willing to sleep on the streets just to avoid getting a digital ID?
I'm just saying I could say that easily. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
When you say you can say that easily, as in that would be.
I said I could say that easily. No. I said I could say that easier than you could say it. Or someone with wife and kids.
Of course, yeah, I get that.
I've got less to lose than you.
But is that something that you would rather do?
I don't know. I told you I wouldn't know until the moment.
No, but you're saying it's easier for you to because obviously there's no.
It's easier for me to say that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that in the moment, right now, as we're talking, in the moment, I could say that, and even in that situation, I might be able to say that. I might do that. I might not. I might cave and say, all right, fine, I'll sign up. You don't know.
Yeah, that's what
I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know until I'm in the situation. This is what I'm trying to say. This is the point I'm trying to make. It's hard to say until you're in that situation, until you're facing it, right? Right now, no, who's facing it? We're not facing anything. Yeah, there's no restrictions at the moment if you haven't got a digital ID. They're just talking about it and they're doing a little soft launch with veterans. But come the time when that starts happening, that's when you know what decision you're really going to make. So all these people are here in the comment sections of social media and stuff saying, no compliant. Oh, well, I'll be out of a job then. And I'm like, do you really realize what you're saying? Like if you're a family man, that means you're out of a job. You're not getting any money. Yeah, that means how are you going to feed your kids? Because without a digital ID, you ain't going to be able to even go into a supermarket because you're going to need that to get in. This is the world we're heading to. So I don't think people fully grasp the ideas of this digital ID. You want to go to Tesco's to go and do your weekly shop, you need to scan your digital ID to get into the building.
I know, that's what I mean.
And that's the bit people aren't getting. But this is where I don't think people are getting that bit.
Your credit card will be linked. You won't be able to buy anything anymore.
Yeah.
Without your digital ID.
But this is what I don't think people are getting. People just think it's public transport and whatever, traveling and all that. No, you will not be able to get into a supermarket without a digital ID.
Think Amazon.
Yeah? You won't be able to order anything on Amazon. You won't be able to forget YouTube Premium and Prime and Netflix. You will need a digital ID for all of those things. everything you do, you will need a digital ID. It will say to you, oh, hi, Netflix will send you an email saying, with the launch of digital IDs which are now a legal requirement, you must provide your digital ID to us in order to
link your
and your biometrics to now have a Netflix account. Right?
But my point, but the thing is,
not that Netflix, you're going to die without Netflix, but my point being is that everything you do will be linked to that digital ID.
But for example, now I use an iPhone. I had an iPhone 8 where I was using my thumbprint. I was like, I don't use this Face ID, and so I use my thumbprint. Now I've got the new iPhone or newer iPhone, and it's got Face ID. I'm already unlocking my phone with my face. I'm already got all my passwords linked with my face.
So this is the difference between you and me, though. But bruv,
do you not use that?
Nah,
you got what? A passcode?
I've never done a biometrics on my phone. I use a passcode, or I have a password.
Fair enough.
I've never used biometrics.
Ever. Fingerprint, nothing.
No. Never used biometrics. Never used facial recognition to open up my phone. None of that.
See, but so I'm already kind of understanding how the system, I feel at least, is inevitable.
I've never done it. I've never, when I first got, because I had iPhone 4 first. Oh, years ago.
Yeah, there wasn't no biometrics on that yet.
And there was no biometrics on that. But by the time I got my first Samsung phone, because I'm a Samsung man, there was biometrics on that. I never did it. I just passcode. That's it. And even now, I won't do it. But however, when our YouTube channel needed verification, I had to give facial, didn't I?
Did you?
Yeah, to show my age. And that I'm real, I'm a human being, I'm not a bot.
So on some system, there is some...
There's something in it.
But so what would you have done then?
But I wouldn't have done that. I did that for our channel, right? So we can upload, because if we can, one of us had to do it, either me or you.
Yeah.
One of us had to do it. Yeah. So either you were doing it or I was doing it. So I thought, sorry, I'm not happy about doing this, but I'll do it just because so we can get our episodes up.
Yeah.
But if you told me, oh, do it for your phone, no, I've got an option. I don't need to. I can do a password. Do you know what I mean? But with YouTube, there was no choice. You had to, and this is what I'm on about, right? That's a little thing, right? It's so hard to turn around and say, oh, yeah, you know what? We're going to, it's so hard to turn around and say, yeah, you're not going to do that because you don't know what you're going to do in the moment, man.
I think the way the government's going wrong, though, look, as I said, I don't want this to come in. I don't think it's needed because I obviously understand the bigger picture of stripping away our freedoms to the point where you cannot unlock that door anymore. Once those gates are closed on you, that's it. I get that. But I think what the government's done wrong, and I hope this isn't trying to help them, but I don't think they should have played too much into the fear. They're like, oh, you need to do it, otherwise you won't get a job. It's to stop illegal immigration. They should really sell the convenience side and, do it with a smile on your face. I think people would be more coerced into it if they were like,
but I think
this is going to be great.
Yeah, but I think they've learned from coffee time that people give in to fear.
Yeah, but nobody's giving in.
You get more results with fear than you do with trying to be nice about it. Fill people with fear and they go, oh my God, they've learned from that. They've taken a learning from that, which is, if we make people feel scared and frightened, of their life, their livelihood, we can get them to do whatever we want.
Yeah, that's the problem with the people in it. For me, if they sold it as with more convenience, there'd probably be more. Imagine they say, oh yeah, you can get through an airport in 15 minutes because you just scan your face and baggage is all linked and you don't need to do security like you do now, waiting in an hour queue. If they sold it like that, I think people would
Let's
be
give
more
people an idea of what we're talking about, yeah? Let's play a clip.
Go on.
Play a clip, yeah? Which you sent through, by the way.
Okay.
So the latest in this dystopian outrage that is now all of China apparently is I once again cannot buy food. A couple days ago, my uncle and my cousin helped me get a
Digital ID.
cell phone that
Do
is
you want
linked
this?
to a Chinese bank card so that I could buy anything. But now, apparently, it has been flagged for some reason, and I have to pass facial recognition identity verification, which is insane, because all I want to do is just spend my gift card balance on this debit card.
Digital ID. Isn't it great? Now it's got to take a picture, look. Just about to buy something to eat. madness. I'm going to put something in comments, just copy it and then paste it onto Google and it takes straight to a thing you can send your MP. It's an email already drafted, so you don't want it.
Terrifying. And of course, because it was my cousin who set this up for me, I did not pass verification. I guess it's a good thing that the Chinese app is not racist. But now, I once again...
So there's an example
Yeah.
of what the world's going to look like. This is what I was talking about. You're not going to be able to go to a supermarket to get food for your kids and your wife and your family, etc. Your Christmas dinner, right? That everyone goes nuts about every year, unless you've got a digital ID.
Yep.
And this is where the desperation will start kicking in when people can't get into places or gain access to services.
Yeah, absolutely. But you see how the technology is already there in China. I don't see how it can be stopped.
Well, remember what I said
Everything that happens in China comes
remember what
in.
I said to you? I said this 15 years ago to all my mates. I said, China is the test ground for what they want. Basically, China is a mini version of the one world government. And that's how they want it to look.
And it has its flaws, but you could also argue in some areas at least, China. I haven't been to China recently, so I can't say for sure. Obviously, you can look at what the media says. And my cousin went to China and he said, you know what? Actually, it was a really nice place. The streets are clean.
No, I agree, man.
There's
It
no
is really
crime.
nice.
He was like, you can leave
There's
your
that
bike
guy,
unlocked.
I like watching his videos. You sent a video of his, but I followed him for years now. Spaniard. And he did a trip to China and he does like proper real. He doesn't do none of this, influence trying to
Yeah.
glam it up and things like that. He gives like real
Just a
opinions.
raw.
Or yeah, real opinion. And he's like, man, this place is amazing. Like you could do this. He was showing everything. Yeah. And you look at it and you go, wow, it's really clean,
Super high tech.
safe. You feel it looks like it's safe as well. Super high tech. People look happy. They don't look miserable. Like, again, we can't tell because we don't live in that country, right? But let's put it this way, right? Brits don't like to be told what to do for starters, yeah? Neither do Americans. Let's take those two countries, for example, right? Neither do the French, right? The French war with their government if they're not happy about something, right? So what if you're not happy about something and you want to speak out? That's where we've already seen signs of it. Like, how many people got put into prison for just making a comment or liking or retweeting?
I know, that was crazy. It was like
about the immigration.
60,000 people.
Yeah,
or
something like that. It was crazy.
It's absolutely mad.
It was nuts. So I'm not saying I agree with those people who were saying those things and whatever they were saying, because there were some of them I was like, I don't agree with them necessarily what they're saying, because some people were inciting violence, don't get me wrong, but like there's a difference between I don't know whether you want to live in a world where you can't say what you want to say.
But the ones that are on the private group chats, somebody's got...
Oh wow, was there with that as well?
Yeah, it was like a teacher or something like that, and he sent a message in a private group chat, but somebody in that group chat reported it. So say, for example, we've got our own private group chat, and let's say, just hypothetically, Waz got annoyed or got offended, and Waz reported our group chat to the police. A private group chat can get you... And when I heard that, I was like, okay, now we're fucked.
Good thing us three aren't like that, man. We just say what the fuck we want. We don't get upset though.
Even if
we don't get upset if we disagree. We don't get upset. We just have a disagreement and an argument maybe about it and a debate about it, a heated debate. But we don't go like, oh, I'll report you.
Yeah, but I think, with like work colleagues and stuff like that, you got to be so careful because...
Oh, I'm careful. Yeah, I'm like that. I'm watch what I say, man.
But the point is, you can get arrested. At least turning up to your doors.
But there was that law that they want to put in place. I don't know if they did put it in place, right? But they wanted to put that law in place about, say you, me, Waz go to a pub or a bar or whatever, or a restaurant and grab something to eat. And then you and I, the three of us, get into our usual conversation about things. And someone overhears what we're saying and they don't like it. They could report us.
Of course, yeah.
And they could call the police there and then. The police can come and arrest all three of us.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
That's totalitarian, man.
Yeah, it's here, man.
So, but like the question is, yeah, China looks great like that, but do we want to live in a world where you can't say what you want to say or have a conversation?
But we can't say what we want to say now. Even Can we?
Well, we can. Like you and I, like there's plenty of YouTube channels out there and everything, and on Twitter and on yeah, there's some restrictions, but to the point where you can't say nothing that you want to say.
Isn't it only like you can't say stuff that's bad about the Chinese government, or is it you can't say anything?
I don't think you can.
I know you can't badmouth the government.
Yeah, you can't badmouth the government, but then there's nothing like if we look at right now what's going on, right? If they started feeding us bugs, which they plan to, right, which they've already done trials in schools and stuff like that of, right? And we say, hell no, you better give me my beef. You better give me my meat. I don't want no lab-grown shit, right? Like, I'm against that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be healthy. I don't want to eat processed food.
Now,
like everything that we're gonna jump up and down about is going to be against the government.
Yeah.
Is my point.
Fucked.
Everything we only complain about the government. What else do we complain about?
That's true.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, the government and the people that control the government.
Exactly. Yeah, the ones that they report into. Yeah, so it's like,
nah, we're fucked.
like,
yeah, I don't know, man. It's a little bit,
especially you. Yeah. Right, for someone who can't keep his mouth shut. Yeah?
It's tough.
Yeah, so you're going to find it even harder.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I gotta just find a plot of land in the middle of nowhere and just.
Yeah, but that's not even going to work.
Hopefully it will.
Nah.
Why would it not work?
Bro, there's a lot that goes into that. It's not just like pick up and go. You need to learn survivalist skills.
Grow a coconut tree and I'll be all right.
Yeah, you need survival skills. You need to know how to irrigation, farming, all that sort of stuff. Like if you have pigs and stuff like that there that you use obviously to slaughter and eat, you get diseased, what are you going to deal with it? How do you recoup that? Yeah, how are you going to survive? Is it energy? How are you going to do it? It's not, dude, you can't even get up to have a workout in the morning. You're going to go and tell me you're going to go live in the bush somewhere. Shut the fuck up. You can't even get up to have a workout, bro.
I know. That's true. That's true.
You're telling me you're going to go
climb some trees.
It's not happening, bro. It's not happening.
Oh, go plow the fields. Yo,
Waz too. Waz is funny as well because Waz, a friend of the show who comes on now and then, right? Waz, says that, I can't wait. I'm gonna get my Irish passport because I've got Irish in me and I'm gonna move to. Dude, that's part of the EU. Yeah, they're already rolling out. You're fucked. Yeah, you're fucked before us. They're saying they're gonna launch theirs by October.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
You're done. You're cooked if you go in there. So, like, this is the thing I'm talking about. Like, I don't think people understand the seriousness of all of this shit. But look, let's play another clip. We'll chop it up a little bit more, yeah?
When Leo Hu recently tried to book a flight, he was told he was banned from flying because he's on the list of untrustworthy people. Leo was a journalist who was ordered by a court to apologize for a series of tweets he wrote and was then told his apology was insincere. I can't buy property. My child can't go to private school, he says. You feel you're being controlled by the list all the time. And the list is now getting longer, as every Chinese citizen is being assigned a social credit score, a fluctuating rating based on a range of behaviors. It's believed that community service and buying Chinese-made products can raise your score. Fraud, tax evasion, and smoking in non-smoking areas can drop it. China's growing network of surveillance cameras makes all of this possible.
It can recognize more than 4,000 vehicles.
Xu Li is the CEO of SenseTime, one of China's most successful artificial intelligence companies. It has created smart cameras for the government that can help catch criminals, but also track average citizens.
You can tell whether it is an adult, a child, a male or female.
Ken DeWaskin has studied China's economic and political culture for more than 3 decades. He says how the new scoring system truly works is kept secret and could be easily abused by the government. How far into people's daily mundane activities does this go?
Well, I think that the government and the people running the plan would like to go as deeply as possible to determine how to allocate benefits and also how to impact and shape their behavior.
The fear, of course, is that the government may use this social credit scoring system to punish people that it deems not sufficiently loyal to the Communist Party, and trying to clear your name or fight your score is nearly impossible because there is no due process. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Beijing.
Well, I'm just going to let this video play in the background of this office worker, etc. We've played this before, right?
Oh,
An
yeah.
office worker.
Yeah,
We've seen, you and I have seen this before, but people that might not have seen this, this is the kind of surveillance you're going to be under at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, where your employers are going to know when you get up and go to the toilet, if you go and have a chat and a doss with someone. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that they're going to pick you up and say, well, you stood around for 10 minutes chatting. We deducted 10 minutes off your pay, you know?
Yep.
Because you're here to work, not to socialize. Yeah, these are the sort of things you lot are signing up for. You got to be careful for it, and it's gonna be frustrating, man. It's gonna get frustrating. Like, this is the world we're heading towards, man. Complete control of everything we do, everything we say, everything we eat, how we spend our money. Yeah, I mean, like, you look at your smart TVs. I mean, most people don't even know that smart TVs have cameras in them, and they're watching you, and they're collecting data of you, and they're selling it on.
What?
Yeah, bruv. You
not
know,
a lot. All of the smart TV? No.
I think a lot of them do. I know Samsung's does. You know, what's his name? McPhee, the guy who designed McPhee. I forgot. It's John McPhee. Is it John McPhee? His name is the guy who apparently suicided himself.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
So he was putting out a lot of stuff out there, and he said, he goes, Samsung TV, this TV, that TV. He goes, this company, that company. He goes, you don't even know your TV has a camera in it. Some of your TVs have 2 cameras in it. And that's deep, bruv.
Yeah.
Like, you're constantly being watched already and you don't even know it. And now they just want to make it obvious because they're tired of hiding it.
Yeah, that's what they do.
That's literally what they want. And it's just going to get insane. But you know what? Let's play another clip, yeah? So the next clip I'm going to play is what you touched on earlier on. Microchipping. So let's go to Sweden. Treble?
Yeah, they've already started it there, haven't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
The city of Lund in southern Sweden dates back to medieval times. Over the centuries, it's witnessed plenty of change, but now there's a whole new sort of evolution going on. I'm here to meet some of the thousands of people in the country who are adapting their own bodies, who are inserting microchips under their skin. It means they may never have to carry a house key, train ticket, or bank card ever again. This is a microchipping party.
En applåd för dig.
Hannah's getting an electronic chip implanted into her hand. She believes one day we'll all be chipped like her.
So congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you.
You've been chipped?
Yes, I have.
How does it feel?
It feels good. I'm excited to see what I'll be able to do now.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can feel it there. I feel like this is the future. It's the next big thing that's going to happen. Happy cyborg birthday.
Happy cyborg birthday to you. Congratulations.
But is this sci-fi fantasy or practicality? I want to know why anyone would want to do this. For this teenager, microchips, it seems, are in her DNA.
Felicia is my daughter and I'm the father.
So you're a microchip family?
We will become one now today.
Magnus and his daughter Felicia have come here together tonight because they believe this is the future.
You're going to have an upgraded dad.
As they say, it was good being a human, but being a cyborg is better. Didn't feel a thing.
It's a quick, simple procedure with potentially huge significance.
So you're officially part machine. How does it feel?
This is awesome. How cool is that? Good job.
Do you think in a few years' time, in a decade perhaps, we'll all have things like this?
Yes, of course. I really do think.
For around £130, anyone can get a tiny microchip like this inserted just beneath the skin in their hands. I can't help feeling a bit squeamish about it, but maybe I'm just behind the times.
It's the morning after, and I'm about to catch up with Felicia and her dad Magnus as they get to grips with their new existence.
So when you woke up this morning, was it the first thing that came to your mind? How did you feel?
I felt
a little bit strange because now I'm a cyborg and it feels pretty cool.
The chips in their hands use near-field communication, the same technology that allows you to pay with a contactless credit card. They can be read by a device like a smartphone.
So here I've stored my business card on my phone with my details, phone number, email address, other stuff, blood group even.
So what's the benefit of that?
When I get customers or suppliers at work, they ask for my business card and I say, scan me.
Aren't there risks involved in that as well? Couldn't somebody pass you by and take all that
Scan
information?
me. Yes, it is in theory possible, but you have to be really, really close. But the main thing I think is that I choose myself what I want to store on this chip.
The people I've met so far don't seem to have any concerns about blurring the lines between man and machine. Hannes has made it his mission to convince more of us to get microchipped. He's what's known as a biohacker, someone who wants to improve their body with technology.
What's wrong with just having contactless payment cards? We've all got phones, we've all got a set of keys. What's the point?
The point is to reduce the hassle of exactly these things.
Isn't that just the ultimate laziness?
No, it's convenience. And convenience is a pretty powerful force. I mean, in the morning, every morning, when you stand there, going out your front door, you check your purse or your pockets. Okay, do I have my wallet, my charger, my keys, my phone, all my stuff? What if you could reduce that by half? It would declutter your life.
Oh, yeah?
Hannes has helped develop several microchips. He wants us all to hack our biology. Microchipping is, he says, just the start.
I want us humans to open up and improve our sensory universe, our cognitive functions, and improve all different dimensions of being human. And there is so much we can do.
You want to make us bionic?
Indeed. I want to merge humans with technology, and I think it will be awesome.
I want to understand why it's people in Sweden who are enthusiastically embracing this idea, when many others might be sceptical. This is a nation of early adopters. Sweden's set to become the world's first cashless society, and the economy here is driven by digital innovation. This national rail company has taken microchipping on board, with 2,500 passengers signing up to use their chip instead of a paper ticket. I've come to the capital, Stockholm, the epicenter of this tech revolution. At this shared office, hundreds of the workers have been microchipped, so no need for a security pass to get in. Per has had his chip for 3 years.
So I take my chip and open the door.
It means he can buy a drink without cash or a card. But for him, it's about much more than practicality.
Do you enjoy being one of the first, being a pioneer of this technology?
Absolutely. A whole bunch of questions come up. Like, is this ethical? Do we want to have that? Or will we be sort of a nation of cyborgs in the future? And what will happen? So a lot of sort of really interesting discussions come out from, talking about the chip.
It triggers an ethical debate.
Yes.
For critics, the biggest future concern is over data protection. As the amount and type of information we store on microchips becomes more advanced, so do the security risks. Ben Liberton, a British scientist working in Sweden, wants to know who will have access to the data stored inside and what they could do with it.
So I have the information in my chip now. That's basically just me. If I don't use it for anything, then no one can really get any data on me. But then if I start to use it at work, then work knows when I've interacted with something at work. If I then go to the canteen people know exactly what I've interacted with there. So the wider spread it becomes and the more that we can interact with different things, then our data is being kind of shared and incorporated in lots of different places. The nightmare situation in that case would then be that someone else has access to my health data, and that one day I get a letter through the door that's like an increase in my health insurance premium before I know that there's any problem with my own health. So I think we have to be cautious now in the very early stages to make sure that we're actually controlling how the information is being shared.
For now, it seems to me, What the chips can actually do is fairly limited. But the people I've spoken to are convinced that this technology will, one day, change the way we live. That in the future, we will all be chipped. And they are leading the way.
Yeah,
No.
Sweden's leading the way to enslavement.
No, fuck that. I'm not doing that. That is really
But that's going to happen though, bro. You just said that you can't avoid it. It's going to happen.
But why do we need to take it that step further when with the digital IDs linked to a smart device or with the AI goggles and glasses and
It's
stuff
the
like
beast system, bro.
I hear that, but I think to chip yourself is another level. But yeah, then again, like you said, 50 million people will take an experimental injection with God knows what.
But people will think it's cool.
That pissed me off. Oh man.
So you like how to say? Go on.
Yeah, no, I just think it's so. Maybe because obviously we've been looking at research. We know the game plan for how many years now. When I see these people who think they're cool for chipping themselves, like you're fucking cattle. Like you really want to be tagged, and for what? Convenience. Oh no, it's not lazy. It's convenience. I don't need to.
This is another way of saying lazy.
I don't need to check my pocket if I've got my card on me. Are you for real? Is that really what your life has become? That you're so eager to have convenience to get to work, to get on a train, to get to work. You're mad.
You got these goggles, these eye goggles now that you can take a call on, and like if you can sync that to your chip, and you don't even need smartphones anymore, man.
But this is what I mean. Like, why do we have to go to a chip? I understand it's the logical next step. Yeah, went from desktop to laptop to handheld to wearables, and next logical step would be an implant.
Oh, they've been programming us to accept that for ages now.
I hear that, but I just don't see why it will be necessary when people will still always have a device.
But will they? Will smartphones be a thing in the future?
Well, they've already got the new smart glasses. I think the glasses it's either going to be a glasses or goggles. So Apple's obviously developed their Vision Pro, which are the goggles, and then Meta, Google and Facebook.
It's like you watched the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise.
I need to watch it. I have not seen it. It's on my list. It's on my
I have
list.
to say a piece. It's a spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched it. I'm not going to tell the whole.
Don't
story.
spoil it too much because he's on my
list.
list.
There's a bit where he goes through a shopping center, or people go through shopping centers, right? These people are going through shopping centers. That's all I'm going to say. And the cameras, facial recognition cameras, pick up on their eyes. And when they scan their eyes, they say, "Hi, Mr. Wang. How about another look at that suit you were looking at last Tuesday? Oh, Mr. Wang, would you like this? Mr. Wang, there's a nice deal on a steak here." Like it knows everything. So when you're going through the shopping center, it's telling you all the deals as you go through.
That is crazy. But that's what I mean. So if they can do the facial recognition, why do you need a chip? Where does a chip help in that situation?
To track you better, innit? You're tagged, innit?
But this is what I mean. I think people should resist being tagged
because I could leave my phone at home if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And say, "Oh shit, sorry, my battery is about to die. I don't have one of those carry-on power packs. I have to leave it on charge."
Yeah. But when you go into the supermarket or something, the facial recognition will pick you up.
But with a chip, if the cops are pulling you over with a chip, they could just go chip scan.
But they could also do a facial recognition scan on you.
Yeah, but the facial recognition will be there too, also.
But this is what I mean. I don't see
this will all be all combined.
I hear that. But that's why
your digital wallet will be in that chip.
Yeah, I think
your payments will come out of that. Everything will come out of that.
As I said, like facial recognition.
You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is. I know you don't like the idea.
I don't like the idea, right? Man. It's the mark of the beast. That's really hardcore.
You just turn around and said yourself, yeah, that digital IDs are a thing. It's going to happen. We can't stop it either way, right? And I see sense in what you said. Yeah, it does make sense. What you said makes sense. This generation might fight it, but in 20 years, the next generation will be like, "This is cool. I ain't got a problem with it." Yeah, and they won't because they're from that world. They're from this world of screens and tablets and all that shit, right? I get it. I agree with that 100%. But at the same time, you got to remember, right? People think it's cool. Yeah,
these are the NASA guys. This is why I'm telling you, bro.
I'm gonna play another clip, and this clip I saw back in what we now. How old am I now? 43. So yeah, 15, 16 years ago. Yeah, and I was looking for it hard because back then, you could find all this stuff on YouTube. You can't now. So I luckily come across this clip, so I'm going to play it. Yeah?
Go on.
I have one right here. Well, here, I'll let you hold it. Would you like to hold it?
I'll hold it.
Okay. So, this...
You guys see it?
This pill has a small chip inside of it with a switch. It also has what amounts to an inside-out potato battery. When you swallow it, the acids in your stomach serve as the electrolyte, and they power it up, and the switch goes on and off. And it creates an 18-bit ECG-like signal in your body, and essentially your entire body becomes your authentication token. Yes, this is true. Okay?
Okay, but...
Okay, so wait. So it's really true. So what this means is that becomes my first superpower. I really want this superpower. It means that my arms are like wires, my hands are like alligator clips when I touch my phone, my computer, my door, my car, I'm authenticated in. First superpower. Like, I want that.
So we're not shipping that right away?
Yeah, no. We're not shipping that right away. But it sounds like...
This is FDA cleared?
So here's the thing. This is not science fiction. This pill was actually made by a company called Proteus. And they've developed it for medical applications. That pill has been CE stamped and cleared by the FDA. You can take 30 of those per day for the rest of your life.
And then what happens? Does your heart beat change? Does your...
We can just tell that you've taken the pill. I mean, the medical application...
Does Google now know everything I do and everywhere I go? Because, let's face it, we like you guys, but you're from Google.
Just give him some water and let him take that pill right now.
Thanks. Maybe Dennis, let me ask you, does Larry make you take one of these?
It's optional. So we actually have demoed this working and authenticating a phone.
Made by MC10, and it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication. Now, it may be true that 10 to 20-year-olds don't want to wear a watch on their wrist, but you can be sure that they'll be far more...
Now, what she was going to say there was what they would be far more interested in is a tattoo. This would be an electrical tattoo, like an electrical barcoding
Fucking hell,
on your arm. Barcoding, Treble.
Are we allowed to talk about that time in the 1940s?
Go for it. No. Why people be going in this shit?
Germany.
Nah, don't do that.
But they were barcoding. All right.
Don't do that.
Because that's what is going on, though. Like,
but it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. You're taking a tattoo with a barcode and a number. But did we learn nothing? Even if you believe in the history, like.
But the thing is, you know what? They tried to tag kids. I remember back in the early 2000s. You know when there was a lot of the school shootings going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember, I think this was during Obama's reign. Or was it Bush? It was one of them. It was probably both of them, actually. It probably trickled over as well. But they were trying to tag kids. They started, obviously, you know, in America, obviously, even here, I think they do that. They tag, you know, your dogs are tagged and stuff like that. And if they get lost, you can find them and stuff like that, right? So they were trying to do that with the kids, saying that we need to keep the kids safe. You know, something happens to them. Don't you want your child to be safe? And the parents then I said, no, my child is not a dog. Yeah, you go tag a dog. You don't tag my kid. Get it? So there's loads of times they've tried to introduce this. This is nothing new. People think this is new since coffee time. No, this is something they've tried softly and subtly over the years. This was 15 years ago when I first saw
remember this video. I've seen this video before.
So
for medical applications.
So you know, you got the Pfizer CEO, you know, recently in the last year or so, who turned around and said, oh, you know, you could take a pill, and that pill is going, when you swallow it, it will be able to read all your vitals and everything that's going on in your body and feed it back to your doctors and yourself, and you can go get your medication that you need for it. And I was like, why the fuck would I want to do that? What if I don't want your help with a certain thing? Maybe I want to do it organically and naturally.
Yeah, we can't have that.
No, of course not. You know, that's harmful to the environment. Yeah, carbon footprints and all that. But look, social credit scores.
Social credit scores.
Come on, carbon footprint, all this stuff. It's all going to be linked to your digital ID.
Obviously. In digital currency. And
you know, right now they're telling you it's just this, that. I mean, it's getting pathetic now, right? Because now Kier Stammer is also turning around and saying they've changed the story now, right? So originally it was about immigration. Now they're saying, well, you can access your money easier. You can pay your bills quicker with your digital ID. I'm like, bruv, like I can access my bank account right now on my phone. Take me 2 seconds. I can pay my bills in 2 seconds right now off my phone. Why do I need a digital ID to do that? See what I mean? They're just getting desperate. They just want it, and they want it in place because it's going to lead down the road of Your digital ID eventually is going to turn into your microchip, which is going to go into your hand. Let's not forget Neuralink, which is being designed by Elon Musk as well, in the back of their head, right? They want all of us to have that also. There's loads of things going on. You get social credit scores. You're talking about carbon footprint. You're talking about, controlling what you eat, controlling what you buy, when you buy it.
Universal basic income as well with it.
Like, come on, man. Where does it stop? It's not going to stop. Like, this is just the beginning point of it all. And I can only encourage people to not comply. But
some people don't even know it's happening. This is the
bruv. If I'm dead and gone and you lot decide everyone wants to go for the digital ID, knock yourself out. I'm not here anymore. Yeah, but while I'm here, I don't want it.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like it will be in the next couple of generations. I'm thinking even for me, maybe I don't think microchips can happen in. I don't know. It's happening quickly.
It's happening quickly, right? Like they've really
time is accelerating.
They've really ramped it up since 2020.
Because even if you think 2150, something like that.
Let's be real, right? Before 2020, no one was talking about AI. Yeah, no one was talking about AI technology. No one was talking about all this AI, ChatGPT, OpenAI, freaking all this shit. No one was talking about any of this sort of stuff. No one was talking about digital IDs. No one was talking about any of this stuff. But we're talking about microchipping, all that sort of stuff. We were aware of it. Yeah, but when you talk about like in the public spectrum, no one was talking about it. It wasn't out there like that. Now, in the space of 5 years, look how far we've already come. And the stuff that we're seeing right now is stuff that they developed, they had 10, 15 years ago. Like, the real stuff hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, even during the 19 with the coffee time, like when they talk about nanotech, I saw videos already about not even microchip anymore. We're talking nanochips, which are smaller than a cell. So actually, we don't even need to do the traditional injection per se. You can just inhale it, kind of thing. You can just breathe it in. They could just gas us. Imagine going into Westfield or a shopping center and just spraying the whole shopping center.
You wouldn't even know it's been gassed.
With nanochips, just floating around. You breathe it in, and now it's in your bloodstream, and you don't. That's the level of warfare. I say warfare, but that's the level of stuff that they can do.
Have you watched? Which one was it? The James Bond one, the last one, I think. Is it the last one, or the second to last one?
No Time to Die.
Yeah, the one with Daniel Craig's ones.
Yeah.
And there's one of those films, right? And I watched all 5 of them back to back recently. Yeah.
Shit, how long did that take?
I watched it each every night, innit?
Oh, I thought you meant back to back.
I didn't want like mad work, innit?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I meant back to back, as in like I watched them back to back like that. Yeah, like watched all of them. And there was that one where he's M, not her M, him M, right? He wants to know where Bond is at all times, and they inject him with smart blood, nanotechnology.
All right. They're telling us. I mean, yeah, but Hollywood's always been subliminal programming us. I mean, what was that? Fast and Furious. I don't really keep up with the Fast and Furious franchise, but I thought, you know what? Let me just go watch this. It was like Hobbs and Shaw's. It was like
yeah.
I was thinking, all right, let's just see. It's like maybe a spin-off. Maybe it has a different story. From the get-go, the whole movie was just about like
programming
a virus. Like there's this nanovirus kind of. I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, no, I didn't want to watch it, and I thought, I'll just watch it. And then when I watched it, I was glad I did, because obviously you just saw the programming.
You just saw the programming, and it's like, knowing the programming, you can recognize that, this is just subliminal programming. But for the normies that are watching it, they don't even realize it, but they're subliminally getting subconscious downloads so that when it comes, you know what? I saw it. It was in the movie, and you know what? There was a happy ending at it. So they're just already brainwashed into buying into it.
That this could be a good thing. This could be cool. It's like, you ever watched the movie Ghost in the Shell? There's an anime cartoon version, and then there's one where Scarlett Johansson starred in as well.
I can't remember.
Bruv, there were people in there, right? Human beings, right, in there who were replacing their liver with like AI robotic ones and shit like that, and robotic arms. And I was like, what the fuck is this about? What's going on here? Like, you're just a cyborg. You're not even human anymore, mate. Like, but then I could see that being in the future, man. Yeah, it's scary, man. I could see that being in the future. Don't get me wrong, right? Like, you know what? If you were a veteran and you lost your leg in war, and then they could give you a bionic leg so you could still walk and stuff,
I'll take that, though.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's always going to be something sinister or some sort of power abuse with it. That's what pisses me off. It's not technology I'm against. It's the abuse of power. is what worries me. I don't know what you think, but like,
yeah, I mean, that's how they always will sell it. The technology will help the disabled. I mean, I saw one about like similar to the Neuralink. There was like a implant that they had. The guy was like a vegetable, or he couldn't move, he's paralyzed fully. But they gave him this chip in the head, and it allowed him to remote control using his brain signal to remote control the wheelchair or whatever, and he could now get about. And it was like really like, this is an amazing thing. This guy is literally bedbound, and
there's
now with this
in it, yeah,
fully can't move.
Yeah,
but with this new microchip in his head,
and that's
he can now
great.
control, and that's great.
That's great. I love that. Yeah,
but then if we're able to hack the brain to that degree,
what are they going to do with us?
What are they going to do with us? And it was just like, there was another one where, again, fully bedbound in the hospital, but they gave him the...
Like, just imagine, right? Just imagine you want to create a red flag situation or a psyop.
Yeah. False flag it.
And then they know someone like you, the two of us sitting right here who are quite knowledgeable in the agenda and the plan that they want to put in place. And they say, well, let's get Cypher to go and commit this. And imagine I've got a chip in my brain and I wake up in the middle of the night and I walk out my door. I'm not in control anymore. Yeah, I can't even remember. I don't even know what's going on. I'm actually asleep. It's actually the chip in motion now.
Fully.
It's the robot side of me in motion now. And I go and commit a heinous crime.
They can hack your brain.
I go commit a heinous crime, and then I will go back to bed, and then suddenly in the morning I get arrested. I'm like, what? What do I do? Last night, no. Here's the footage.
Well, two things to that. One, they can already do that. I mean, like they had sleeper agents. This is not like
I know they've got. I know they've got. I know you're talking about MK Mind Control. I understand.
They've got hypno techniques and stuff like that.
MK Mind Control took time. You had to take a person. You had to actually subject them to hypnosis and all that sort of stuff, and really like break their mind. I'm talking about if a chip is in your head, and then they just flip a switch, and you go and complete a mission for them.
But what about as well with the AI? Like they can also just fake. They can just overlay, deep fake your face onto.
You say, look, there you are.
You on the video, we see it, even though it was definitely not you. But AI is getting so powerful. And I know we keep saying AI, but like it really is getting. In the last however many years, it's accelerated hard, man.
It's deep, man. And I think people are underestimating. Like, I think people are too trusting of the government. Some people might say we're too distrusting of the government, but not be funny.
You can't trust it.
Not be funny. Tell me a moment where you actually say you could fully 100% trust your government with anything.
Mate, I don't.
It's just look, I'm gonna play another clip.
I trust the government to take my money. I trust the government to take my taxes.
They've got access to our bank accounts already.
Yeah.
They've already got access to our bank accounts. They've already the little bits of the plan. I can see it starting to fall in place. They're positioning their pieces on the chessboard, right? And they're just one few more moves. And when I say a few more moves, like it's going to be a few more years before this all kicks in. And it will be checkmate.
But that's the crate. Like you said, it is a game of chess, and sometimes they sacrifice pieces, and it looks they give the illusion that we're winning because they sacrifice some pieces, but you don't realize that it's a gambit, and they're actually lining us up, pinning moves and lining us up for a checkmate.
All right, let's look. We could go on about this, and I've got so many clips here, but I don't want to play. I'm not going to play all of them here today. Yeah,
this is just a part one.
Yeah,
this is not going anywhere.
We're definitely going to have more conversations about this. But I want to finish on this clip, and it's from a movie, right? And the movie's called Early Warning, and it was made in 1981. Now, I believe this was an independent movie, because I've got it and I've not watched it all yet, but you can just tell by the acting, and I've never seen these actors ever again, so I could only assume it was an independent movie production. Quite eerie, though. Ready?
Yep.
Since our last meeting, we've made tremendous progress. And I'd like to say that most of the credit goes to our extremely efficient International Research and Development Committee. So I would like to thank each and every one of you for your hard work and dedication to our cause. In reviewing this year's progress, let me say that we have been highly effective in conditioning the people's minds to accept our solution to the world's problems. The energy crisis here in the United States was exceptionally successful worldwide, And we expect similar success with our upcoming food shortage. Our labor leaders have made great progress by causing confusion and work stoppages in all areas of the world. Financially, the dollar is being devalued even faster than we could have hoped. Politically, the public has lost total confidence in any form of government. The threat of universal war is a daily possibility. As you know, we ourselves do not need to hold any visible office of leadership. As a matter of fact, it's better that we do not. If we control the finances, news media, food, transportation, energy, we control everything. It is important that you, as world leaders, keep our program before your countrymen. With our World Bank and computer program operational, we now have the capacity to control the financial affairs of every human being on Earth by giving each person his own computer number. Anytime his number is used, we would know his financial situation at once. He could not buy or sell anything without his computer number. It will simplify their lifestyles tremendously. The end result will be a one-world monetary and government system that we alone will control. Yes.
What about the people who forget their number or their cards are lost or stolen?
We've made provisions for that. By using this laser imprinter, we can painlessly and permanently affix the person's number to the back of his hand or his forehead if he so desires. The numbers would be easily read by this new ultraviolet scanning equipment. For the purposes of demonstration, I've had such a number imprinted on myself. Once this number is imprinted, it cannot be lost nor can it be changed. Now, are there any questions?
What about the individuals who refuse to have this number implantation?
We expect some minor resistance, especially from highly motivated religious groups. But eventually, hunger will cause even the most zealous to conform to our program.
Mr. Chairman, I am concerned about the situation in the Middle East.
We've given Russia and Israel a great deal of consideration. Russia is, as you probably already know, considering an invasion of Israel in order to obtain a Mediterranean seaport. Well, our policy is to support such a move and supply Israel with the necessary nuclear weapons to fend off such an attack. The mental conditioning of the Israelis is he has nothing to lose, and subsequently will attack the Russians before they can get their planes off the ground. Gentlemen, I believe that within a year, 2 at the most, our one world government will be a reality. If we continue on our present course, it is my opinion that we could present the devil himself as a world leader, and the people would accept him.
Right, so if you want to watch that, that's called Early Warning, made in 1981. You can get it on YouTube. You can get it on Prime as well.
Is that a full feature film?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Man, that's biblical prophecy to the T. That's exactly Revelations. This is what. Man, and they know it. They know it. This is what they want. They're trying to fulfill prophecy. Even what's going on in Israel and Palestine and all of
This
it.
is all going on right now, though. This is already happening.
The red heifers. They're
like, you guys need to start seeing the signs, maybe waking up a little bit. But at the same time, even if you wake up, like Treble has made a very good point. Is like for generations down the line, eventually they're just going to keep trying until
something like your grandkids are going to be.
Yeah, the kids are going to love it. Like the kids right now are going to be like, yeah, because they love their smartphones, they love their smartwatches, they love all of that tech and stuff. And
imagine what their kids are going to be like.
You know, but at the end of the day, at some point, it is going to get implemented.
Like when you were at school, how did you get lunch?
What do you mean?
Like when I was at school, we had a lunch card. I don't know if you.
No,
what did you guys? You paid cash.
Yeah.
So we had a lunch card, and you would go to a machine, and you would add cash to the card, and then you would go when you go get.
You used to get that at workplaces.
You use a lunch card.
Like when I worked at one company, that's what you do. And then you top it up and then pay.
Top it up and then you pay with your card. So that's again, now it's primitive. You know, in the future, you'll just scan your face. And then in the future of that,
but they were doing that. There's that video. I think was that the one that you sent, the Chinese video where the kids are paying with their face at school.
Paying with their face, yeah. So they're really doing it in China, yeah. Even just to get into the school, you know, scan your face and you get through the turnstiles. If that's what their kids are doing now, what are their grandkids going to be doing? True. It's a long game. It's a long game that they're playing. They're trying to push it hard, but you know.
So in the long run, your verdict is they win.
I think this is. I don't want to get too religious into it now because obviously this is very surface level government.
I mean, that's the next one
about,
but yeah.
I do think that this is religious prophecy coming into effect, and the end result will be second coming.
I know the Christians scriptures say it. I know the Islamic scripture also talk about mark of the beast and stuff like that. I don't know if there's the Jewish, would the Old Testament, right? Torah,
probably
same thing as all, right? So I know the Abrahamic religions all talk about it. So yeah, scary, man.
Yeah.
Final thoughts before we finish this on?
Yeah, I think we do need to resist it for as long as we can. They need to give us. Nah, we just got to resist it. Don't take the microchips though. I don't want none of. I don't want no implants. As I said, I've already said it. Face recognition. I don't think we can avoid it.
Cypher's telling you now. Do not comply.
Do not comply.
I'm telling you now. Just don't comply with this. Do not give into it. Even if you're someone who thinks, well, I'm not really fussed about it. Just don't do it. I'm telling you now.
You're gonna kids, man.
Because right now you don't see what it is. I'm telling you down the line, you're gonna regret. You're gonna wish you didn't.
It's your soul for sale, guys.
I'm telling you now. Yeah, if you're like me in your 40s and you wish you could go back to the 80s, yeah, right. And I do sometimes, and the 90s, okay. And you think life was better then, yeah. If you say yes to this, I'm telling you now, yeah, you're gonna be longing even more for those days. Yeah, just do not comply to this. This is going to lead you down a route of China. Yeah, and if you don't agree with that lifestyle out there that, where the government completely controls everything you did. We showed you a clip of it. Yeah, social credit score and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And you don't agree with these sort of things. If you say yes to that digital ID, I'm telling you, no, that's what's coming down the road. It's not just about a digital ID. It's about microchipping. Treble's passionate about that. He don't want to be chipped.
Don't want to be chipped.
Yeah, it's about carbon footprint. It's all about, it's going to be control of your money. CBDCs, that's another thing, right? And you're talking about, forget about controlling your bank account and your spending, yeah? All right? When they start putting, CBDC, we haven't got into it today, right? But we're going to talk about CBDCs as well. And the things that are coming out, how that money is programmable, right? They're talking about expiry dates, yeah? Guys, seriously, the minute you give into this, that's it. It opens up the door and that's it. Because they're just going to say, well, you agreed to this. Why are you going to agree to this? Until it all gets put into place, that's when you're going to see the real mayhem. And that'll be a few years from now. But if you start giving it to it now, just don't comply.
Yeah, they're walking us into a prison cell.
That's it. They're just, it's
and
a
then
slow
they'll close
process.
the door on you, and then you realize you can't get out.
Don't get me wrong. I know it's going to be hard choices some people are going to have to make. Yeah, like I said, man, I'm a single man. Do you know what I mean? So my fight's probably individually. No one's going to get affected by it. I don't have wife, kid, and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? But there's some people who are going to have to make some tough decisions out there. I get it. But remember, whatever you do, you're doing for the future of your kids, man. As David Icke always says. That's it, man. That's all I've got to say. What about you?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see how it all unfolds. We started with Stammer. I don't think Stammer's going to be in for very much.
Do you know
longer.
what I had a thought the other day? Sometimes I wish I didn't know none of this shit. Sometimes
Ignorance is bliss.
Sometimes I wish I just was ignorant with all of this stuff.
But at the same time, nah, man.
No, but you have that moment where you just thought, I wish I could just be ignorant. I wasn't aware of all this shit. And I could just get on with my life and whatever. That's it. Do you know what I mean? But I can't. Once once your mind is opened up to it,
once you see, you can't unsee.
You can't unsee it. But there was that moment I had for a split second. I thought, shit, I wish sometimes I just didn't know all this shit. And I wish I was. So people were laughing at me or saying at least, ha, Cypher, you were wrong. What you said 15 years ago. But no one can
believe me. I wish I was wrong.
I wish people said you're a nut. See, after 15 years, nothing's happened.
Nothing happened.
But
there isn't no satanic elite cult running pedophile rings and shit. I wish that was not true. I really do.
After 15 years, bro, it's all coming true.
Yeah,
so.
And they're being more boisterous about it. They're telling us to our faces. That's the insult. They tell you straight to your face. But
have you noticed they're not even mocking anyone now? Like conspiracy theorists. They're not even mocking it anymore. They're not even making fun and saying, "Oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist." They're not even using that terminology anymore. Have you noticed? So it's interesting to see how this breaks out.
I mean, they can always call you a conspiracy theorist, but they never call you a liar.
But I think they're going to find it hard to say conspiracy theorist to anyone now who's talked about these things for years and say, "Well, hold on, aren't you doing that?" Well, yeah. So it's not conspiracy then anymore, is it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, look, let's leave it at that. Like I said, I don't want to make this too long of a episode. We will do another one. We will be revisiting this. There's things like CBDCs to talk about as well. Leave a comment. Yeah, share a link. Get involved in the conversation. Share the content. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Cypher.
I'm Treble.
And we out.
Do not comply.